All right, testing out some new gear. I got a new microphone. Check, 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 check. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so partly doing this stream because I want to test out this new stuff. It'll be a shorter one, maybe an hour. And I thought I could start working on a new feature for Dash Host that is getting me excited. Um, and I guess to explain it, um, what I'm thinking is I want to kind of solve a problem that isn't even a Flutter web specific problem, but really just an app problem, whether it's Flutter, React Native, or even a native app. Essentially, allowing people who want to share stuff within their app to be able to kind of share off platform, right? Meaning like you're not sharing to another user that necessarily has the app, you're just sharing, to social media, to whatever. And something that is required for that is obviously some kind of web component because, if someone doesn't have your app, they're not going to be able to see the stuff. So we're going to rely kind of on Dashhost's main architecture to essentially allow people, instead of us doing the builds for them and actually hosting it, it's really a way that they can integrate with us and essentially have sort of like permalinks for their content. Um, that will also have still like the open in app and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to think how to architect this in terms of the structure. Like it's still, I mean, this could be a feature. This could be a whole app outside of core, which is where we're doing most of our stuff. Um, let's think. Let's think. It's not really distribution related. Either it's going to go into core, which is where like what do we have in core right now? We have our project, our routes, our subscription. Let me look at project because yeah, this is very most stuff on a project is to do with us building it, right? The get URL, all that kind of stuff. Um, this is kind of something separate. It's like a permalink or something, but that's the permalink's kind of like the specific link itself. Um, like we could call this app, but app's such like a generic word. Um, dynamic project. I don't know what to call it. I'm still gonna do it in core though. Um, project, app, um, external app. I don't like that either. You always get stuck on the name, It's like wasting all this time. Could be writing code right now, but we need a good name here. Let's see in my Trello if I wrote anything. Yeah, non-Flutter web apps serving landing page and permalinks with custom designs. um, let's call it native app. It'll be a native app. All right, we're getting started then. From .native app import star. I can save a lot of time actually. I can save a lot of time doing this. Hang on. New plan. New plan. Okay, we're gonna show some of the cool stuff about Houston. Let me just see. We are good. We're gonna check out a new branch. Where's my monitor? Like, get checkout dash B feature slash native app. Let's call it that. And we're going to also go into the actual front end. Let's get checkout develop. Let's get pull there. And let's get checkout-b feature native app. This is not a mono repo. We have multiple repos. In fact, I think we have like 9 repos for this project right now, which is pretty exciting. They all have their place though. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is open up our CLI. So we're going to do something really cool here. to save us a lot of time. All right. So what I'm going to do is actually make a new feature called native app underscore app dot YAML. And let's just grab my most recent one. Where did that go? What the hell? Oh, there it is. It is there. Okay. Oh, why is this like giving me all these things? Missing spec version. I don't care. What is this? Quali torque blueprint? No, just like this is just a YAML. Whoa, what are with all these things? I just want like YML. I just want YAML. Like, can I just do like none? No. What the fuck? I've never seen this before. Apparently I have some it's trying to like use a JSON schema to figure this out. Okay, whatever. We will ignore the little warnings. This will be called native app. The module will be within core. And for properties, we need, we're going to have a name. I'm just going to copy this to make sure I do it right. So we need a name. What does let's just look at what our project actually looks like. I think I have opening cursor. Project, all these good things. There's a name. It's going to have an owner. Yeah, I guess we'll get the owner in there. Let's actually, we have the project one here. Name. Yeah, we can use this stuff, which is cool. And then you're going to see some magic. We're going to have a slug. Each app will have their own slug, each native app. We don't care about Flutter version, Git. We don't care about any of that stuff. Or do we? Yeah, I think we still want this. Like it's sort of fallback title and stuff. Yeah, module core, cool. Now what else did we end up adding after doing this generation? I don't care about EMV bars, SEO, SEO image. We should probably have that. Do we have something with an image? Should be type image, but maybe not. Oh, yeah, type URL. Cool. Let's try to remember how all this works. Oh. And this will be called SEO image, which I think is the same as project. SEO image, yeah. Locale. Oh, we should have keywords too. SEO keywords. Don't care about any of that. Don't care about any of that. I'm not going to care about that either. Okay, cool. This seems like a good starting point. Okay, so we're going to go to our CLI, and we're actually going to just change this to native app. And yes, generate server, generate migrations, nah. Run migrations, nah. Generate Flutter, yes. Yeah, we might as well update the routes. Update the navigation, no. Yeah, we'll run all that. Okay, cool. So, basically just with this configuration file here, we are going to go do, remember how to do this? Dart CLI, or Dart bin CLI .dart, I think that's what we run. It's been a while. Maybe that's not what we do. There we go. No, it's doing stuff. Cool. All right. Yeah, it's just running the generator now. Okay, so what did this do? What did all this stupid stuff do? I'm going to wait a sec. Oh, okay, there we go. Probably shouldn't have ran the generator. It's probably using all my computer processing now. Okay, so what did we do? Well, we got a new model called native app. Look at that. all the things that we wanted, link to our owner. I'm going to just move some stuff around. Let's have slug here. Order doesn't matter, but I'm picky. Got our little thing. So did all that. It made an admin file for it. So we have, our basic just starting point for our admin, which is nice. And we got a whole API thing here. So we got all of our API stuff, the different URLs for getting them and retrieving them and destroying them and all that good stuff. All the crud is done. It's done. That would have taken me hours. Or at least, I don't know. That would have taken me probably an hour and a half to do without my lovely tool set. Yay. Okay, I'll save this. Now, what would have taken me 5 hours is the Flutter side. If we actually look here, this is still going, so stuff's probably slow. If my audio is coming in weird, it's because my computer is just doing too much. So now on this, we have a new feature called Native App, which has all our clean architecture. It's got our data sources. So yay, we have all this code generated for us. We have our repositories. We have, a whole bunch of stuff. Some stuff's red, and it's because literally the build runner is still running, which I partly regret. We're just going to let it go. I am frozen right now. I am frozen. Gonna just take off my camera just for a minute and see what happens. Yeah, sweet yellow text. Sweet, sweet yellow text coming through. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. Ugh. I was listening to a podcast today, a fairly recent one, about Flutter. And at one point they were talking about metaprogramming and basically macros. And I cannot wait for those to be stable and proper. Because Build Runner is great. I mean, it was a good solution for a time when metaprogramming didn't exist in Dart. It's definitely better than writing it yourself. But it's so slow, the way it has to analyze your project, and this is a big project. So yeah, it takes a while. But with the metaprogramming stuff, for freeze, for what else am I using on Riverpod? I'm really just using for freeze and Riverpod these days because I'm not using AutoRoute anymore. Maybe I'm using it for something else. I forget. Maybe like localization stuff. But yeah, when all that stuff will get moved over, and I know like freeze, it'll probably be like the day that Dart comes out. The next day, the freezed version is going to come out because I know they've been very on top of it. Okay, there we go. Houston feature generated, guys. So let's just see if we go to our Flutter code. Yeah, no more issues. Look, it generated everything perfectly. So yeah, we basically have this feature now. Even made the routes for us. Now we don't necessarily need all these routes, but it's just a great starting place for our CRUD. Let's find out if it works. So let's go. I have the Django project running at Cursor. Been slowly testing out Cursor. But I still usually just type code to open VS Code. And I've had one of my projects I just can't use Cursor on. But I also couldn't use like Code Didmium or whatever on it, whatever that thing plugin's called. So I think it's just that project is just too complicated for it. Okay. Or at least my computer's not good enough. So let's source venv bin activate. And I'm just going to make sure I have Docker running properly. I believe I do. should have just dash host. Yep. Okay. So let's just go Python manage.py make migrations. Now technically my generator also can make the migrations for us, basically just running this command. But I kind of like to just do it myself just to like, you know, make sure everything worked right. And it looks like it did. Okay, so let's open up that native app. I just want to look at the migration. So it has all the stuff for the fields. Yay, awesome. All right, let's actually migrate it now against my local database. And we'll do a make run. And just for fun, let's find out if the Flutter app is going to work against this. Let's just go to our router, app router. I think it got inserted here. Yep, there it is. Native app route stop branch. Cool. So let's run this on Chrome. Sure. What do we got here? Yeah, web develop. Let's see if we can make a native app. We'll let that do its thing. Meanwhile, let's think about this a bit more, because we will need a new model. We will need another model too. So the native app is like, I'm creating an app. I have an app, you know, and I want to bring it, you know, I want to bring and get a web thing. So, or do we just use the magic route? I think we just use the same magic route model now that I think about it. Let me make sure that makes sense. Let's go to core models. Oh yeah, we just called it route on this side because it's not a reserved word. I mean, route's not a reserved word in Flutter, but it's a commonly used word. I mean, there might be more. Yeah, we'll probably have a new thing, like a native app route, we'll call it, because it will have to be connected not to a project, but to a native app. It'll still have a path. Actually, it's very similar. The only difference, I think, yeah, frig, it's very similar. Oh, project is allowed to be null? Okay. So like we could actually just create something called native app here. Models.foreign key, and it'll be core.native app. Hey, look, it's suggesting me things. Native app. But we have to make its related. Actually, wait, the related name would still be this. Can still be the same. It'll be native app.routes. Cool. Done. How's our Flutter app coming, by the way? Still going. I want a new computer so bad. I want a new computer. Here it comes. I feel like this is because I'm using cursor. At least partly. We're going to close our lovely cursor app. Yeah, it's like not even closing. Yeah, see, look at all this stuff it's doing. I just don't think I'm ready for cursor. CD. I mean, also it's because I'm building a Flutter app right now. It's just taking way longer. No. Okay, it finished. The problem is my service isn't running, so it's gonna be like, what the heck's going on? Let's open this in code. Let's close down our CLI code base. Boom. Okay, cool. And let us let the terminal load, everyone. Let the terminal load. Oh my god. It's insane. Here's my not signed in thing. Yep, yep. Oh my god. What's going on here? What's going on? There we go. I caught the red. We got the red here. Let's see if it sticks around. No, we're good. Okay, make run. There we go. And let's go to our Flutter app. And let's refresh. I might still have to log in. Yay, we're in. I don't have any projects. That's okay, we're not here to press projects. I think it would be native app if I go here. Oh, maybe that's not actually the right route. It is. Something went wrong. Okay. I wonder what went wrong. Okay, so, I mean, it could be that, what did we actually do in our URLs here? Let's go to API, URLs, it should have added, oh, I gotta fix that. This should be native-app. I would fix it now, but then I gotta open a whole other thing. Try again. Would you look at that? No native apps. Okay, let's see if this works. So we'll have a native app. I'm going to call it my native app. My native app. My native app. This is a test. We won't worry about those. That's fine. We're going to click the checkbox. And there it is. Look, that's crazy. That's crazy, right? We didn't do anything. And we got all this amazing crud. Localhost 8000/manage. So we should see this in here now. There it is, my native app, all the good things. Cool. We have native apps now. We're supporting native apps. Okay, there's a lot more to do, but the gist is there, and that's pretty cool. Now, yeah, let's just fiddle for a bit in our core models, native app. Oh, wait, we're doing this, sorry, in magic route models, or just route. So native app is now something we can have. Let's just go to our admin for route. Oh, I don't have anything in here. Autocomplete fields. we want to make sure that project, does it have an owner? There is, yeah. Okay, good. I was like, what? How's there no owner? Project owner and native app should be autocomplete, just to make it better. We have type. We have something must have search fields. So let's go to that. Search fields on native app would be the, can I go through this? No. I guess name. There we go. Cool. All right. We got something at least. So now, in theory, a magic route, or just a route. There we go. We need to actually make a migration for that. And if we go back here now, we should have, this should be assigned to a project, but not assigned to a native app. Should probably give our native app a title. That's string self return self.name. You could also use the slug, I guess. Doesn't really matter. So now we should see this. Yeah, my native app. Cool. All right, let's go to our native app. Slug. Let's. There's some things I need to make better here. Hey, how's the project slug not unique? That should be unique. Unless we have a unique together or something. Just make sure. That's for the get remote ID, get branch in the owner. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. Let's make that unique there, and this should also be unique here. Save all that. Yeah. Oh, I guess also having these things would have been good to have. We might as well pull them over. We don't care about any of that. We don't care about password protection. All right, cool. And let's look at our API URLs for native app. We have this and this. Is that what we do here? Magic routes, URLs. Yeah, just the ID. Where do we get the list? Oh yeah, it's probably done in the project endpoint, which we're going to want to have as well. We're going to want to have, yeah, basically something like this on the native app URLs. And we'll call this native app PK. And we can just import the same one. And basically we want to do, let's just see what this is. Yeah, just all objects. We want to do project ID equals self.quargs.get project PK, and we'll want one for native app. And then I think can we just do like none, and essentially I go if project ID does if project ID, then we return this. if native app ID, we basically do the same thing, but we want to filter by, oh, I guess you can have this here, prior ID, native app ID equals native app ID. Otherwise, I guess for some reason, if neither of these, which is kind of impossible, can get query set. You can return. I guess can we just return none from a get query set? I guess that's a safe thing to do. Okay, cool. So now in theory, that should work. That's our list create view. Did we have URLs project? That's the one for route. That's for listing creating. Do we not have a way to delete a route? Oh, I guess that's done. Yeah, right, we do. It's just done actually not in the project. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got stuff in place. Let's go to the Flutter side for a second. My apps. I wonder if there's an easy way just to combine these together. I guess we could have like my web apps and my native apps have like two different lists. That might be a good way to go. My, yeah, let's find this, my apps. And then we can have one that's my native apps. And I see, that brings you to there. It might just be more intuitive for people if it's a combined list. I'll have to give that some thought. Let's just make sure that, why does this still say create project? I'm just gonna, this should say create app. I'm gonna just put this in Trello because I don't want to do it in this branch. Is it create? Yeah. Most of my life is just making Trello cards for someone else to do. Okay, yep, that's what I want. Members. There we go. Save. Oh, we should also say, wait, how do I edit this? Change the button as well as the title and subtitle. No apps. You don't have any apps yet. Beauty. Okay, I'm just thinking how this is going to work. So you would create your app. That's fine. Then I mean, most is the same at that point. The difference is we would need the serving. I guess I could focus on that side. I'm not going to even worry about the Flutter side right now because I can do most of this work just through the admin. But basically, in our main URLs, which I think is right here, we have this serve app. Okay, request to project. Okay, so let's remember how this works. So this is gonna go, it does like a match of the host. These are just our internal ones. Cool. Okay, so what I would basically want to do is also have something similar to this. That's request to native app. So we'd have the host, we do all the same things. The main difference would be we would use native app here. Native app equals none. We'll come to the domain thing in a second. Native app equals this. Okay, then we have native app domain.native app, which is not actually a property of domain. So that's fine. Let's look at our domain model. Ooh, it does require, that does complicate things. We could make this or we just have a whole other model for native app domain. What makes sense? How does the flow of this actually work when you create a domain? Domain API, domain URLs. What? Or how do we add a domain? I think it's done in the project URLs. Deployment, manage domain. Cool. Okay, so this gets the project. We would need a different view for this. Domain equals this for project equals project. Yeah, maybe it makes sense actually just to have a, keep this kind of separated. Native app domain. We'll import that. And everything else can basically be the same. We're not even using this, are we? Cool. Then we would have a project managed domain view. We also would then, my part of me is like, maybe we should just use the project model for this and handle it differently. So manage domain serializer is a host name. Okay. This is a big chunk of code. Okay, so yeah, what I'm considering right now is abandoning all the work I've done, which is fine. Because I'm thinking there's just so much tied into like project domains, routes, all this kind of stuff that, and if we want these things to be combined, like it's more, I think it's more like we have a type of project. And the default is just like a web project, you know, like we do on our normal dash host land. And then you can make a project that's like just a native app basically. And then everything will just kind of work. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. So what we want to do, very first thing to do, because I ran some database migrations, is we actually want to undo those migrations. Python manage.py, I think it's like list migrations or something. Migrations. Show migrations, that's what we want. I said list, show. So this should show us our most recent ones in each app. So distribution, okay, nothing happened there. We did this stuff here. We basically want to undo these two. Let's see, was there anything else? Content types, no. Auth, no. Theme stuff, no. Okay, that's easy enough. So we're going to copy the most recent one that we still like, and we're going to do python manage.py migrate. And then we take the app name, which is core. How do I do this again? I think you just paste in, I just paste that in. Let's see. Cool. So now we're migrated our data back to how it was. And then what I'm going to do is actually stash our changes here. Because there's nothing I really care about. And we're going to also then check out develop. Just pull there, make sure we're good. Flutter side, we don't have to worry with the migrations. It's a lot easier. But we're just going to, let's just see. Let's see all the, we lost so much stuff, this whole feature, which has a ton of stuff. But that's okay. This is actually just better. We're going to stash our changes. We're going to go git checkout develop. And we're going to pull just to make sure. Okay. Oh, why is there native app stuff here? I think we still have to do like a git reset -- hard. Why is this still here? I mean, I guess I can just delete it. Let's just delete it. And let's see if anything in Django land stayed around. Git status. Okay, cool. Yeah, we need to, right, because we never actually committed them. That's fine. Yeah, I don't want to save any changes. We're just going to, so our change should have been, any of our files that exist that we made changes to are all going to be reset back, but the actual new files were never tracked, so they're just like hanging out. So we're just going to look for everything green, basically, and get rid of them. There is a way, I could do like a git reset or something. I just didn't seem to work. It's like, whatever, this is fine. I can just delete this too. So that's a lesson to everyone. Sometimes, even though if you think you've written a bunch of code and you're like, oh, I'm too far, I'm too far down. I also realized I'm not showing my screen right now because I wanted to have a little moment, but we unmigrated stuff. Cool. So yeah, basically like, just because you have written code and you feel like, oh, I put so much effort into that, you do have to take a step back and sometimes be like, maybe it's better for me to forget about that. You know, maybe it's better to just walk away from it. Because it's kind of like poker fallacy, right? It's like, you know, you might feel like, oh, I already have like $50 in the pot. Like I can't quit now. I can't stop now, you know? But like, you already put that in the pot. That money's not yours anymore. And if you just keep putting 25 more, 50 more, 100 more, like you are, you know, you're just wasting your money because you're going to lose. If you think you're going to lose, you're going to lose. And that's basically the experience I just had there. I'm like, this is looking like a losing proposition. I'm seeing a lot of like complications with the way I want to do this. Whereas what we really want to do is take our project model and project has, yeah, that's right. Okay. And we're going to make a new class called project type. Okay, and it's going to be a models.text choices. And we're just going to have a web hosted app as like our sort of whatever web hosted app. And we can have a type called like native app or something that defines like you know, something that's just going to like kind of render permalinks. And for this, we will just call it native app. Doesn't really matter. And like, this is just what I'm calling code. Like, it doesn't have to be this. Then what we're going to do is actually, this is something that I think we can just put after slug. Project type, or we can just call it type really. Type equals models dot char field. And we want to give it a max length of basically, you know, however long this is. So I'm just going to do 16. Choices are going to be equal to project type dot choices. And the default, because we already have data in our database, we want to make sure we are using project dot web hosted app. Maybe I'll call it just web app, actually. Web app. And then make sure we change that there. So with that, I put a space. With that, if we make our migrations now, it's a much simpler migration. Can I open this up? We're just adding a new field and setting a default to web app, yeah. And then let's actually migrate. I am not regretting this at all. This was a good choice because I'm just seeing the path now. It's so much easier because now it's like project URLs right here in our serve app. We no longer have to do all that stuff to be like get the project or get the app. It's just like we're getting a project, cool. And then what we want to do here before we even look for a deployment, because these won't have deployments, we are going to go if project dot type is equal to project type dot native app. In this case, we actually are going to handle stuff a bit differently here. We don't care about so much of this. I mean, we do. It's just we don't want the deployment. Let me figure out where. Yeah, like we won't be doing any of this. We're not going to do any password protection stuff. So either, like what we could actually do this in an invert way, I think. If it equals web app, then we're going to essentially do all this stuff. So get the deployment, deployment, if it doesn't fly. So none of this will run in our normal, sort of thing. We can also get rid of my printing that I was doing earlier today. We'd still get the context because we want all this good stuff. Cool. Yeah, this stuff's still fine. Then we still want to add the route context. And then we still return the HTML. Now the difference here is we don't want to just send back, because I think this, oh yeah, this still needs the deployment, right. So we can do this again. We can do this check again. Or actually, maybe we have something called input HTML. I'm just going to input HTML because none right now. If it is a web app, then our input HTML is actually equal to the deployment.html. And then this is actually what gets passed in as kind of like the input. Otherwise, input HTML is going to be good. Now, this is kind of like a new thing we'll have to do, but I'm just going to have something called like project. Actually, I think I have something kind of for this index HTML. I'm just going to actually use this distribution templates index HTML because we're not using this anymore. And this has some of the cool stuff in it, like all the sort of stuff. And actually, yeah, this is a place where we could make use of this stuff. Now, we won't need anything to do with Flutter. Doesn't care if this is Flutter. This isn't a Flutter app anymore. This is just your, apps sort of thing. Let's see, do we have any other aspects of Flutter? No. Cool. Also, the manifest, that's a to-do, whatever, it's fine. We also don't really need a splash thing because this is going to render like instantly. So we'll get rid of all that. We don't need any of this. And we'll deal with, yeah, background color. We won't need this at least. Whatever, we'll keep that for now. That's harmless. So what we actually want to get is our, we need to read it from this file, which, how do I do that? I forget. In Django, how can I extract the, because wait, how does this work again? Actually, these are, I realize I don't really, I don't actually, you know what? Oh wait, we're passing in the context. Oh, here we go. Add route context. Oh, there's a different, right. Let me just double check something. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we still want that. I'm actually just going to because I think this does the stuff for the fav icons, for the description, for the whatever. We also have the thing for the title. Like, now that I think about it, all we really need, we just need like an empty HTML file. We can probably get rid of like honestly everything, and then we'll build on top of this. Okay, so how extract the text from an HTML file template. Yep. Wait, I don't. Oh, so that's not even what I want. I just wanted. Yeah, we just want basically this. With open, so this would be within. This isn't even right. I don't actually need to parse anything. Just want to use a Django template, but instead of rendering it, just get the HTML. Yeah, this is what we want. Wait, what's this Django engine thing? What? There's like, this is a stupid way of doing it. I must have this. I must already have something to do this. Sometimes it's good just to start over, like the theme of today's video. In Django, I want to render a template like normal, but instead of sending a response, I just want to extract the HTML as a string and use it in a different way. Beautiful. There it is. This is what I was looking for, render to string. So we'll just call this input HTML. We're not going to worry about the context, right? Actually, let's just pass in the same context, even though like this thing actually does most of the work we care about. But actually, yeah, let's just do it as an empty context for now. Render to string. Ah, I can't get the auto import. Okay. From Django dot. Do we have anything Django dot template? No. Okay. And then we're just going to use. I think it's just distribution / index.html. Okay, cool. So let's test this out. We are gonna. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna work. I mean, kind of. Okay, so first of all, let's just go to the normal use case of this, which would be I would go to http // -host.internal port 8000. Actually, sorry, it's example.-host.internal. Oh, example. Maybe I spelled internal wrong. Okay, so this would be our normal app. Oh, I have password protection on, which, I mean, I suppose that's something we could allow too. I do have it in here, but this could just go back a spot. Yeah, like maybe people want to password protect this too for some reason. So whatever. And let's turn off password protection, which is, oh, I'm looking at totally the wrong place. We're gonna look at projects, and we're gonna turn off password protection as the first step, just to make sure that our OG way is working. Seems to be. Here's our Flutter app. But what I'm going to do is change this actually to a native app. And let's just see what happens here. Template does not exist. Okay, well we know we're kind of there. Distribution. I wonder if is it just supposed to be index HTML? Distribution. Let me just try index.html. That seems wrong. But wait, we're in the distribution app, so maybe it is actually right. Hey, it is. There we go. I might rename this file. So there, we have this, and it actually is not pulling any of this stuff. That's fine. I wonder why, actually. Because wouldn't we still be getting all the context? Oh, wait. We are getting the app ID. Title. The title's nothing. Do I just not have? Maybe that's why. Where is SEO? Oh, that's why. Dash host example app. This is a description. Image, whatever. Keyword 1, keyword 2. Save and continue editing. Okay, there. We're actually getting the stuff. So now we have, people can have this for the native apps, but this isn't, this page will never actually really, I mean, maybe there's a reason to have it. Maybe people can have their marketing sites hosted here. I don't care. Or maybe this becomes like, the thing to get the app, to download it. But the idea is that we want to actually render something for them when people share this link. So I think it was like, oh wait, this is using, what is the, oh, I guess we can look. We have everything here. Routes 21, so comic, yeah. So if we went /comic/ let's just pick like 77 and view the source of this. That did not seem to work. Comic /77. Are we not actually doing this stuff? So context, oh. Yeah, I guess we still need to pass this context in. Do we? No, that adds, let me just look at this again. This goes, we're passing in context, if title in yeah, like this should be working. What does, oh, because I was playing around with Firebase. We need to make this API. Sorry, all my local data is wrong. XKCD API. And essentially, we want to use this as our API URL, but change this to ID. We don't care about auth. So we have title would be title, yeah. Description. We would use, I think there's transcript. Title, oh, just alt. Image is just img. And if we want to get really fancy with keywords, I guess we could use the year. Don't care about that. Image key, where's keywords? Year. Okay. No, still not working. Oh, I'm viewing the wrong thing. Hang on. Yay, it's working. So yeah, we're getting back the proper metadata here, all that kind of stuff. Now, really what this page is going to do And maybe we'll just rename this. We're going to call this native app permalink. And we need to change it here. Native app permalink. And let's just try something here. So let's have like an H1. And it can have a title of whatever the title is that we're passing in. Because the whole point of this is we actually want to render stuff. Okay, that did not work because we're not actually, because we're not passing the context in. We need to pass that very same context so that we have access to it. Look at that. That's pretty sick. And then we might have like a paragraph that is the description. And maybe we have another paragraph for the keywords. I mean, maybe that's not relevant, but we definitely want to have the image. Equals, and this would just be, I guess, image. And let's just see if that works. We can even give this some alt text. We can use like the title in case the image breaks. Yeah, that didn't work. How come? Image. Oh, source equals image. Do we not have an image? Oh, it's OG image. I should probably just also have image here. Oh, that's for that. Oh, shit. Add route context. Does this set OG image? Yeah, where does image? Yeah, we're just gonna also put image here. I think this is how it works. That's for the static, and for this, we do this. I think this will solve it. Just because it doesn't make sense to put the word OG image in here. Come on. Yeah! All right, we have it. So, that's pretty sick. And we built, like, that really was probably like 20 minutes because we ended up removing all of our code that we first did. And this is definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. So yeah, lesson for today is if you start going down a path and you start to see all this like friction and you should rethink, like, maybe I could do this differently. I should have done this differently. Like, you can just abandon everything you did and go back to that. And I'm glad I made that choice. And I'll probably be thinking of myself for a while because the amount of pain in the butts that would have been. Because now it's just one model, it's just a different type. And that's kind of cool. Wicked. So yeah, I think the plan here would just be like allowing people to like, we'll have like a nice looking, default sort of thing. This is kind of nice because there's sort of like a product out there recently that does something like this, which is probably where I got this idea from, but it already like was kind of in my head. But like it requires like you to have like an API integration, a webhook integration, something like that to actually like populate the content of these landing pages. Whereas we already have this like magic route thing that kind of works the other way to your own API or like an external API, and we can just make this work. And it's kind of cool because yeah, someone could launch their app and then when they get the Flutter web version, they can just kind of like change the project type, add the Git URL, maybe with a bit of support help, because I don't know if I want to I don't think that use case will be that common, but then it can actually load the Flutter web app instead of like this thing. So yeah, we're gonna get them to style it. Like I'm gonna make it look nice. Probably not gonna like use Tailwind or anything because I think I just want everything to load really fast. I mean, Tailwind's fast. It only gives the CSS you need, but still, like, I think I'm just gonna like do something nice. And then we'll have variables, and we already have some of them, like the colors and stuff. And we'll let people pick, the font they want to use. I don't know, like, we'll just kind of make it work. And then the most important thing is there'll be like a link on this that actually opens the app, right? It'll be like a deep link thing so that people who already have the app can, just when they land on this, it can open the app. So now, yeah, now we're basically like also Branch. Well, we will be when this is done. And Branch.io is a big company, so cool. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, this is a shorter one today. As again, mostly just wanted to test out my new microphone. I hope it sounded good. I'm gonna like listen back to this, listen back to my voice, and we'll see. But thanks for hanging out. And yeah, remember today's lesson. Don't just keep working on something. Don't keep building on your tech debt. Take a step back and go, I'm just going to abandon those things that I did, because it's actually better in the long run. As I think we saw, we got this together. And other than adding, now in the Flutter side, it's really just adding one sort of field. I think it'll be part of the creation process. It'll be like, are you supporting a native app or a web, or a combination? And then everything else will work the same. There'll just be fields that are hidden. Like you won't have to do anything to do with your Git branch or anything, because we won't be building it. We'll just be giving you the content. Okay, bye guys. Take care.